listening to Radio Connections with Pace, where it all comes together with your host, Gina Pagnotta Murphy and Ebony Walton.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Good afternoon, you guys. Good afternoon.
Hey. Thank you for the ones that has been waiting patiently for our technical difficulty, producers. But sometimes things happen, right, Ebony?
Yep.
But hey,
things happen.
The good part is we're here, and welcome. Today is July the 19th, and you're online with Radio Connections with Pace. Excuse me, where it all comes together. While she was trying to figure it out, I was eating some delicious cake. Anyway, that's the most accolade I can give you right now. And today is Truthful Tuesday. I am your host, Gina Pagnotta, President of Pace.
And I am your co-host, Ebony Walton, Vice President of Pace. And this show is for City of Atlanta employees, whether new or seasoned, classified or non, on-site or teleworkers. This platform was created to bring awareness to all things in the city, whether good or bad, in hopes to find and to resolve.
Let's talk about
it. You having cake?
I got cake all on my mouth. Mm-hmm. Let's do that again. Let's talk about it. It's still off.
It's off.
Is it off, y'all?
It's off.
Put my chat room up. I ain't listening to you no more. Anyway.
It's off.
Thank you guys for being here. So, again, I want to give a disclaimer that all our views and opinions and statements that we make here on this podcast, and even the people that chat in, are not necessarily the views and opinions of the City of Atlanta or our national office or anybody affiliated with this podcast as far as officially Pace Atlanta. These are views and opinions of us, and this is entertainment purposes only to bring you some good sharing. And we are not going to hold in disgruntledness, and we're no longer going to entertain anybody being disrespectful to anybody. And we all hope that we can talk and just share some ideas and views and opinions and give everybody a platform to chat and talk and not be disrespectful. So,
or disrespected,
no matter what the conversation it will be. Okay? So, how was your week?
My week is good. What did I do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
But you made out.
I did get out a lot with some old, not like that. Gosh, she's so extra. And you went out every day. So should I be having a mask? You went out to actual places.
So let's okay. Well, yeah.
Keep your mask on there. Go ahead, keep it up.
But anyway.
But no, my weekend was pretty good. I spent some time with my family. Keep my kids. It's gonna bother me. Man, you got it on your arm. How you get it on your arm?
Where?
It right here. How you get cake on her arm? I'm distracted. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm distracted.
The views and opinions of this cake on my arm is not necessarily okay. All right.
But I had time to stay with my family, my children, some friends. Had a pretty good weekend. So how was your weekend or your week?
It was a little active, but I was hopefully kept myself safe from things, and some invites I turned down. And I will be turning down a lot more because, we'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah.
So, what's our movie?
Let's say hello to the chat.
Oh, hey, y'all.
Hey,
Terry.
Chat.
Hey, everybody. Terry. Thank you for joining and coming in. And
we're going to talk about that, Terry.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And thank you. And we see Spencer waiting to come in with his. Well, you get. Okay, hold on just a second. Hold on.
You don't need to do that. That towel don't work on this table. No. I can't deal with them. I can't. Just throw that away.
I'm just getting something to wipe all of this.
I already did. You just had it stuck on your arm.
It's going to continue to stick on my arm. You shouldn't have made the cake and then give me a piece and then complain, talk about the cake is all over my arm. It's good.
You just had to eat it and eat it like you're not 2 years old.
Moving right along.
How about that? Jeez. How you eat cake? Okay,
we are
so
on the podcast right now.
How do you eat cake and it gets all over your arm?
Because I was all in it. I was all in
with
it.
With this part of your arm? Okay. The movie for this week. I haven't watched it yet.
I saw some clips of it.
Yeah,
I'm going.
Okay. So what is the movie? Because this is something that Gina wants.
It's called Elvis. Oh yes. And I am not ashamed to say I used to be a fan of Elvis Presley. Hello.
With that?
He was so handsome.
Not to me.
It don't have to be you.
I just said it was to you. Yeah, not to me.
My views and opinions.
Yes, it is.
He was fine. Turbulently fine. And
How?
he's like Bruno Mars, because I'm crazy about Bruno. So he's a little, because he was just good. The way he just, and I like the music. I'm sorry, because part of this movie, I want y'all to understand my opinion. Part of this movie is supposed to be the real documentary story behind Elvis's and what really went on in his life as told by his granddaughter and wife and daughter. I think that's how it goes.
Real quick. Can you guys hear us? Because I got a text that we can't be heard right now. So can you guys hear us?
Spencer's saying
yes. In the chat room, can you guys hear us over there? Just type in yes for me, please.
Because your phone ain't working, don't mean they can't hear us. You got
not me. Another person texted and said, okay, it was theirs. All right, thank y'all.
So I was back to Elvis. Yes, darling. Elvis Presley. That's how you are. I like Elvis. I like his music. I used to love that. And that stand he used to do, Girl Stop, and that jumpsuit. What? I want to be Priscilla Presley at one time.
I think you are already.
But let me say this. So I'm interested in seeing their version because I've seen quite a few. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, it's going to shine the light on. That's telling me I need to drink water. I have to drink my water. I'm sorry, y'all. I have an app on my phone so I can do water intake so I won't be dehydrated. We'll talk about that in a minute, why I'm doing that. But anyway, so where was I? Okay, so it shines the light. Shut up, baby. It shines the light on what's his name? The Colonel. Is more around, and Tom Hanks playing the Colonel. So you know it must be deep because Tom Hanks ain't been out in a while with a movie. And he's playing the Colonel. And what it looks like to me is that Tom Hanks really dogged Elvis out. And I can believe that because the way they do these artists now, the way they do these managers and people do these artists about money. Like look what they did with Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, all of these folks like that. So I believe in that. And so it shines a bad light on him, how he dogged him out. But what I liked about it is that his family, which is Priscilla and the daughter and the granddaughter, shared truth on how he was able to come out with the songs he did, because it was through the Black culture. He finally admitted it. And they're showing, like remember there was controversy years ago about them being prejudiced and him being that is far from the truth. Far from the truth. He was very inspired by African-American music, and he pays tribute to B.B. King in this film documentary. And so he had African-American singers as backgrounds. So I just want to see it. I want to see the truth. And I still think he's alive.
Well, that's okay.
I still want to think alive. Yeah, well, anyway. Michael Jackson haven't seen it, somewhere. But I saw the reviews. They're great. I saw the interviews of it. This young man that plays Elvis, oh my gosh, he is off the chain. Really? He is really, really good. So you guys, just for the music of documentary history, because that is history of music, not of color, understand, of music. Go check it out. See what what it's about. I like it.
For the moment, to be positive and inspirational, I say Never stop believing and never quit. What you say?
You're right. I never stop believing in things that I'm hearing. And sometimes I might have to quit though, because
you never quit.
Yes, I do.
What you quit on?
No, I haven't really quit, but when I get fed up, I kind of just let it go. I don't really quit. Because I see if there's never end, there's no light to the tunnel, I let it go. What's it say? Gina Husnett by Elvis Presley. So you don't like me by Elvis Presley? Okay, what about Bruno Mars?
The background singer's really expensive. I'm not going to say that on this show. He said the background singers for Elvis were slaves.
You are bad.
That's humor.
That's his humor. Your opinion, humor. But no, they were not. Because some of those singers in the background came to be famous singers today. Y'all check that movie out. I think it's going to be a great one.
I don't know, Spencer. You might be on something. When you're going through, they sing real good. You know how Mary J is, so they might have been some little
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, you know when she going through breakups, she come out with the best songs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, but y'all
beat and whip and stuff.
I tell you something else y'all didn't know. Betty Wright. You talk about background singers. Betty Wright was the background music conductor for Gloria Estefan. Didn't know that, did y'all?
Okay.
Didn't know that, did you? And the girl, that lady that sang on the what is that? The Boys. She had the real short blonde hair that picked Blake Shelton. I don't know if y'all watched The Boys. I'm thinking her name. Anyway, she did her opening rendition was the Aretha Franklin song, and she picked Blake. They turned around, she picked Blake though. But she was one of the background singers for Celine Dion on that Circus du Soleil, whatever you call it. So hey, background singers.
I'm just saying, Mary J sing the best. She come up with her best songs when she going through something.
How we get to Mary J. Blige?
Because I was just saying, you know, he was saying they were slaves, and I'm saying when people be going through, they sing the best sometimes, or they write the best.
Hey, Spencer, when not this show, but look that up. Background singers for Elvis Presley. See what that's about.
Now she bossing you around, Spencer.
He's the producer.
You see how I feel?
What to do.
That's how I feel.
I'm a diva. Anyway, what's our song for the week?
With that being said, the song for the week. I used to want to play drums.
Oh, sucker now. What? Thank you, whoever bought this. Oh, that was you. I thought you said somebody who said to play Superstition.
Oh, no, I did.
But anyway, we don't own the rights to this music. It's for entertainment purposes only. Something going on out there, y'all.
Yo, Liz. COVID.
Something going on here. Don't know what it is, but it's superstition. Every time I turn around, monkeypox, BA4, BA5, all that. What's going on? We don't own the rights to this music, so we gotta cut it down before we get sued, because we ain't got no money. But listen here, Superstitious. Y'all check it out. I love Stevie Wonder.
I do too. And I said, when I was listening to it, I said, we hardly ever, I don't think we've ever played anything by Stevie Wonder.
Wait a minute. Stevie Wonder is the cousin of, I just saw this morning. Who is that a good singer? Oh my gosh. Janet Jackson. He's the cousin of Janet Jackson. I saw her documentary. Her documentary last night.
Her documentary is very good.
Yeah. Her portion of the documentary. Y'all check that out too.
Yeah,
but you know what's strange about it? She never mentioned about her husband with that baby, and you ain't never seen
the last baby
Esau. She ain't putting him on there, and she don't talk about that man.
Yeah,
but she love that baby. But Miss Janet Jackson, the mama. Sorry, Miss Jackson, I am for real. That one, Michael Jackson's mother. She still tears up, y'all. She can't talk about Michael. That was sad. I teared up.
Whole thing.
But yeah. So anyway.
All right. Hear your part.
We did have someone, you guys, on a sad moment from DPW, Mr. Barnes, Maurice Barnes, Malcolm Barnes. I don't want to miss his name. He passed. 30-year employee veteran of the City of Atlanta Department of Public Works. That's sad news, but we send out our condolences to his family and keep them in prayer. And this is a moment of silence where we would say a silent prayer, reflection, and meditation as a gesture of respect, mainly for those who have died recently, or to keep in mind those who are dealing with the difficulties of time. It's not religiously promoted, not religiously provoked, but it's just a matter of respect for the ones that we lose. So if you bow your heads, moment of silence for those who's in sick, have passed away, and those in need of prayer. Bow your heads. Okay, moving right along. Okay, Miss Ebony, what do I need to know?
It's a little dark.
Uh-oh.
But I found it really interesting. Don't be shaking your head, Spencer. I see you.
Okay, here we go.
Did you know?
Okay.
That there is a company in Florida. It's called Eternal Reefs. In Florida. They will take the remains of your lost loved ones when they've been cremated. And if that's something that you want, they will make it into a reef and put them in the ocean. Some people like to do that kind of stuff. I don't know. I think I might want to be a reef.
Okay, pray tell, let's move right along because I don't even want to talk about that. When you said Florida, I was getting nervous because Florida is a strange land. But they take that, do that, and I'm not swimming in nothing.
It's about the same as you being thrown your ashes in the water. It's about the same.
That's not what that said. You trying to be light.
You can they use it to make actual reefs that goes into the ocean.
Back up. That ain't what you typed. When you were talking, I haven't been reading.
That just goes into deep on how they do it. I'm not finna.
We need to move along with that one. Good Lord Almighty, what these people? But you know what? Hold up.
They can be really nice.
Hold up, though. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Wait a minute.
What you finna say? Darker than this?
That darker than Because now that you mentioned that, see, this stuff is coming to life. I'm 65. I remember these old movies. Y'all remember Soylent Green? SOYLENT Green. Look it up. Find it on Netflix somewhere and check it out. What it was about was something similar. When people get old, the population was getting too much. So they would have older people decide that they wanted to give up their life because they couldn't live no more. Or at a certain age in the community, you had to go in there and you went into this room and they put you in this film and you can see whatever horizon that you want to see as you're going out, laying on this table, they shoot something in you. Wait a minute, it gets worse than that. And they go out. Okay, we don't find this out though. This is the ending of the story. This is how you find it out later. Anyway, the people were so overpopulated they could not have enough food to eat. So they would have to go to the government and stand in line and get these little chips called Soylent Green. That's their food. And guess what it was made of when you find out at the end of the circle? The dead people. What the heck is going on here? Y'all go look that movie up. It's called Soylent Green. Hey, if they doing that in Florida, doing something about taking them ashes and making reefs, and we get ready to have a food shortage, as they say, y'all get them little. If somebody give y'all something green, don't eat it. Y'all better leave the lettuce and cabbage and turnips and leave it alone and grow your own. But go ahead.
That was interesting when I read it. I was like,
that's all?
Yeah.
That's all you needed.
That's it. That was all you need.
Okay.
There you go.
Now it's time to get ready to hear some words of wisdom because we've been cutting up this morning. As he shared his tidbits on Women's History Year, we're going to keep honoring women. And men that's on this podcast, don't get slighted. Your turn is coming. We're going to be doing some men history later on because we got some fun with them.
Yeah.
But a Women's History Year, and it's only the motivational, articulate, and diabolical, amazing, the one that bring you all of the energy, Mr. Spencer Crawford. You're on the line,
There it is. What's going on? What's going on, my folks? What's happening? What's happening with you?
What's
Can y'all
going
hear
on?
me? Can y'all
I
hear
hear
me
you
good?
well.
Oh, good deal, good deal. Hey, listen, y'all talking about all this stuff. And Gina, you were singing the song, I'm Sorry, Miss Jackson. That was Erykah Badu's mother. Because that was
I didn't
sung by
wanna- I didn't
Andre
wanna say-
3000. Okay. I mean, you know, hey,
no,
listen.
That's
And
a
y'all
hit
talking
my
about
time away.
and then y'all talking about all this, you know, people. You remember the Whistle Stop Cafe? What movie was that? Where somebody was
I
cooking
don't
up.
know, but I remember it.
You know, somebody was cooking up somebody and
Oh.
served them at the end. Whatever
Oh,
it was.
wow.
Y'all remember that? Y'all don't remember that? Good God
I
Almighty.
think
Anyway.
I remember seeing a movie like that.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, y'all. We still talking about women, y'all. We making it happen with them, and we're doing our thing. And today, y'all, we're talking about none other than Miss Malala Yousafzai. I had the time thinking about that thing, trying to pronounce that thing, but she was born in Pakistan on July 12th, 1997. Yousafzai's father was a teacher and ran all girls schools in her village. However, when the Taliban took over, her town they enforced a ban on all girls going to school. In 2012, at the age of 15, Malala publicly spoke out on women's right to education, and as a result, a gunman boarded her school bus and shot the young girl activist in the head. Malala survived, and Malala moved to the UK, where she became a fierce presence on the world stage and became the youngest ever recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014. At 17 years old, Malala is currently studying philosophy, politics, and economics at the University of Oxford. I mean, this lady went through some stuff. Y'all hear me? And, you know, we want to just give it up to her. We just want to give it up to her for doing what she do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, y'all, we're having a good time. I love the tidbits, but, let's get some sunshine in this thing. You understand what I'm saying? Let's put some sunshine in this thing. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, listen. Yeah.
That movie that you were talking about, when our chatter said it's called Fried Green Tomatoes.
That's
I
it.
saw that movie.
That's
and
it.
I got to go back because I didn't catch that at the end. I missed that.
Oh my God.
You saw it? Oh, I missed it.
Oh,
Fried green tomatoes.
hey, check it out. I think you enjoyed. I'm not a big fan of Elvis, but I think you enjoy that. You understand what I'm saying?
You don't think I enjoy Elvis?
Hey, listen, thank you so much for your time this time. And until the next time, I hope it's better than the last. And as my dad would always say, you're never out of business when you mind your own. This is your boy Croft. This is your boy Croft right here on Radio Connection with Pace, where it all comes together. Hey, we'll holler at y'all later on, all right? Good deal.
All right, stand by, Spencer. We want a shirt. Bye. Hey, that was all right. You know what? He was talking about that young lady from Pakistan and what they were going through back then. That's what we experienced. And now with all these killings in school, these shootings and stuff, this is awful, y'all.
It's sad.
Like we don't have nothing else going on in this world with people going in and killing our babies.
Yeah.
Just what constitute in your brain? You know, they always say when I took psychology in college, believe it or not, I did go to school a little bit. And they say it's a thin line between love and hate. That's but it's a thin line between sanity and insanity. The problem is what molecule, what do you call that? That cerebrum or whatever that makes a person cross that line to the other side.
I don't know.
And to do some things like that and don't have love for mankind and babies and children. I mean, even grown-ups. I mean, still, but babies, what? That's horrible.
It is.
That is horrible. So,
Yes, it is.
Go ahead then.
So today, July 19th, is National Words with Friends Day. If y'all have the little app, it's a little scramble app. You could play Words with Friends. Today is the National Day. It launched, I believe, in 2009. Also today, for those that like to drink a little spirits, it is raise your glass. I wish I had a daiquiri, but if I did, it would be a strawberry daiquiri. Today is National Daiquiri Day. Also,
she got some in there. She just throwing y'all off. Deflecting.
Also, for the month of July, remember, it is Blueberry Month, and we're still waiting on people to put something on our Instagram. I know I don't really be on the Instagram like that, but if y'all put something on there, I'll be on there. Blueberry Month, Baked Bean Month. I'm barbecuing tomorrow. Hot Dog Month, Boredom, Culinary Arts, Barbecue. It also, the month of July celebrates sewing for those of you guys that sew, and for watercolors. You paint?
No.
You know?
No.
Maybe you should. Give you something to do.
I got plenty to do listening to you.
Well, that is a lot. That is a lot. But also, y'all, be mindful that we did get the email out that Atlanta is now in the red zone.
Oh, Jesus, take the wheel.
It is in the red zone. So I know a lot of other cities in the area, they start mandating masks and everything.
Gwinnett County is officially, and this is not allegedly, this is official. I saw that.
They back in mandate.
They are mandating that employees in public places and the public wear their mask in public facilities.
They should. They should.
Because they're high and their hospital rates have gone up. The city of Atlanta, just as of yesterday and today, has officially said that Atlanta is now in the red zone and wear your mask. It hasn't been mandatory yet, but this union, factually, not allegedly asking, we can't mandate you, but we're strongly urging you from our membership, the love of you, please wear your mask. If not to protect anybody but yourself from other people.
Yeah.
Now, let me, Ebony asked me not to read this, but I got
we
to.
so dark already.
I'm not going to read. I'm just going to tell some. It's not dark. It's about sharing the truth, because
we don't know.
Somebody that I know have the similar symptoms that has been in the hospital.
So
this is allegedly, okay, but it's so serious because we all know if we're back in the red zone, it's under the B5.4 or BA, I can't remember. It's in the city of Atlanta email that's sent out to you that we're back in the red zone, and asking you all to wash your hands. Basically, some of the stuff that they're saying here, that I got a text from my sister who works for the military, and a friend of hers from CDC sent her this. I'm just going to share just something with you. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it is dark and it can be scary, because it scared me. But you need to know whether it's allegedly right now, because I couldn't find it on CDC's website. But some of the stuff that it's saying to do is what the city of Atlanta just asked us to do in that graph that they showed on the email. So go in the email. But we do know factually that there is a variant that's supposed to be out, BA.4 and BA.5, COVID Delta. Y'all have heard of that. That is on the news, a new variant. And it's a lot of, there's no cough with it, allegedly. This is everything allegedly. Run that ribbon again. Everything allegedly, I'm just saying, sharing with you. There's no cough. There's no fever. It's a lot of joint pain, headache, neck and upper back pain, general weakness, loss of appetite, and pneumonia. Sore throat that resembles strep throat. And of course, more virulent and with a higher mortality rate. It takes less time to go to the extreme, sometimes without symptoms, but be more careful. And they're saying strain is not necessarily going to be in your nasal when they do the swab. So you may wind up, if you do a testing, you may not have it. It'll say negative, allegedly. And the windows of time of contracting it is shorter. And there have been a lot of patients, several patients without fever, without pain, but it has a mild chest of pneumonia that has shown up on the x-rays. Now, I say all that to say, we don't know if that's factual. So let me put that disclaimer out there, but it's being shared and ask people to share this. However, I do know of someone that had similar symptoms and went to the hospital, and they said he had pneumonia.
But they didn't relate it to the COVID.
They didn't relate it to the COVID. I don't know any of the information because information of people is HIPAA law. You can't change. But they were saying, and he shared it or somebody shared it to let us know it was pneumonia. Now, I don't know, but we wish him well. Hope he gets better, gets back to work. But I do know someone, and I know another person who's been dealing with this for 2 weeks. They are still testing positive. And they've had the sore throat and been a lot of weakness and stuff.
And see, that's so crazy because I was under the impression, I was told that you still will test positive for a while, but then they'll say when you don't test positive, then you can return back to work in certain places.
That's an issue for me.
I think you can test positive, but you're not contagious still. I'm not sure.
Well, and
it's just so...
Yeah, it's very unclear. And anybody out there in the chat land that knows anything allegedly or factually, if you could share real quick what you've heard, or you got a friend, a cousin, a family member that works for CDC, what exactly going on? We search everywhere. I did, and Evan and I are going to continue to search CDC. We do know Dr. Fauci, who's supposed to be ahead of the DC for us. He's retiring. He's giving up.
I heard that after Clinton.
He's going to do that before Biden, before the next election. He's like, I'm done.
I thought he said he was going to go after he leave.
Well, I think
maybe COVID because he just recently came over COVID.
Yeah,
maybe
he's like, I'm done.
You can have the after effects from it is long term.
Because someone that's doing that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's
they
going
just told her she was having some issues, and she went back and they told her it was just
long-term effects result from having COVID. This stuff, let me say this. You guys, this stuff is serious. I can't explain to you how serious this is. And you got family members. See, it's different if you live by yourself and you ain't got to worry about nobody when you come in and out. And you still could catch it. You don't know how you're going to catch it. You walk by and they say if somebody sneezes right before you walk by, it's lingering in the air, and you walk through and breathing, it can get into you. It's a whole lot of allegedly stuff going on. Nobody knows, not even Dr. Fauci, in my opinion, knows exactly how you can catch it. They're giving you a strip of what they feel is how it's happening. But I hear some people say, I don't go nowhere and I wear my mask everywhere and I still caught it. Or I got all 4 shots, all the boosters, and I still caught it. We don't know. So the best way to fix that is to wear your mask. Please, it's not mandatory, but please, for the sake of yourself and for the sake of others that might be sick and don't care and get sick. Because I see people cough and don't even cover their mouth, just period. How they do that? And guess what? Me and my big mouth, I say something. I'm like, really? Can you mind covering your mouth? Really? But I have my mask on, but that's me, and I gotta learn to leave people alone because they get offended. They get offended, So I just try and start staying back, lay low. Now, as far as the city shutting down again, as I see in the chat room, we need to go back home. That's something that I get ready to call him Dr. Dre. That's something that our Mayor Dickens need to decide, depending on where it's going, because you guys, this is a real serious thing. If nothing else, I think that we should at least go back to wearing masks, mandate mask wearing. Maybe not shut down facilities, but mandate you can't come in without a mask on.
They need to go back to doing.
They need to go back to that. My opinion. Our opinion. Flash that ribbon again. My opinion. Because I'm making this statement. I don't need you to flash that ribbon.
They go
Flash the ribbon.
several times. What's
I
your
don't
opinion?
care. Flash
What's
the
your
ribbon.
opinion?
And yeah, that's my opinion, but I want you to flash that ribbon because you all never know who you might be. People have got an issue about wearing masks, Ebony. My opinion is we should mandate wearing masks. That's my opinion. Mandate. Well, everybody won't agree with that because some people say I can't breathe in masks. I can't do that. Well, hey, don't go into public facilities. And if you got to go to a restaurant and that person ain't wearing a mask, I don't want you near me. Don't serve me, or I'm leaving.
Well,
you're gonna put a mask on.
To leave. You have. I mean, people. We have people within our job. Some have asthma. Some just cannot wear it. So mandated. That's fine for those that can wear. Then you have some people that just cannot wear a mask for whatever health reasons they have, and you have to respect that too. So it is what it is. But you need to be safe. That's what the main thing is. Just be safe. Stay your 6 feet distance from people.
Well, it says outside 1.5 feet.
1.5, 6 feet.
Stay 6 feet.
6 feet. It was.
Get out your space anyway.
Yeah.
Arms distance. I've always had the rules of, even in the military, they do right shoulder arm. That's the distance that you should be apart from each other. Mm-hmm. So let's do that rule. Arms distance. Anybody that come beyond my arm, you're in my space. Back up.
Yeah, I don't like people in my space.
No,
anyway.
Should be arms distance, and then have your mask on. Now, I saw on the CDC where they're saying about what's the best mask. They got the N95s, which has that double strap. Okay, They say that's the best one. That one here, and then you got the other strap, 2 straps, and it's supposed to snug real tight, but it's so tight that is hard. But that's 95% absorbing against anything that's trying to get in. Now that's CDC. I saw that. Then the KN95, which is this one that has the 2 straps, that's the next best thing. That's the one I wear. And then you have your disposable mask. Now people, when you're wearing your disposable mask, that's the third one, but it does help stop some absorbance. But you wear it one time. That's why I call it disposable. Get rid of it. Mm-hmm. Wear it one time, throw it away. Okay? And then you got the cloth mask. Now, with the cloth mask, you need to make sure you double masking that with something. Because the cloth mask, here's my point. If you can breathe through this mask and smell stuff, this is how I do me. This is my opinion. If I got a mask on and I can breathe and smell perfume, or I can smell smoke, then this mask ain't what's happening right here. That's how it is. And a lot of times when I used to wear those the cloth and the disposable masks, and I walk in and I can smell somebody's cologne, I got to hear them get out of there because that mask is not comfortable for me. So I'm just saying, whatever your comfort level is, all 4 of them are in the CDC guidelines. You can pull it up on their web and see what they're saying, giving you the directions of the mask, and pick your choice. So I've tried the N95. That is extremely tight. For me, that's a short wearing, like I'm going into the store and I'm going knowing what I'm going to get and I'm getting out of there. If you're going to do a lot of shopping and hanging around, the N95 might be a little better. Crawford to say something. Bring it in.
Hey, listen.
What's up, Crawford?
Listen. It's a bunch of things that are changing. What I think, for facilities, and I know earlier this year, Gina, you were saying that, you're ready to get back and see people and everything. However, I guess the way I look at it is, when you're going into a facility, those who have been privileged to work at home, okay? Those who have been privileged to work at home and got the work done, I think production grew. Now, when people, you can have COVID, you can have gout, you can have anything, whatever it is you got. If you're at home and working, you don't have to call off. So I think production worked. So, I don't know. A lot of these facilities people want open because they're paying for the building themselves. So, I don't know what the city of Atlanta is going to have us to do. I don't know, have no idea. Usually I don't have to deal with it because my car, I have a city vehicle. So usually my car is my office and I usually don't have to have to deal with anything like that. But yeah, that you're right. That's just my opinion on what should be. So I mean, this thing is so a lot of things are changing. I mean, like you said, you got those new variants, and you got people saying that you don't even have to pay tithes no more. Hey, listen.
What? What? You ain't got to pay tithes?
Churches are still open.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a bit controversial. A lot of stuff has changed. A lot of stuff is just changing, I mean, my goodness. Hey, listen, I'm all ears.
All
Let's
right.
make it happen.
Thank you for your tidbit. Thank you. So we're not trying to scare anybody, but Ebony was like, see, you don't
She
really
talked about COVID for about 20 minutes. I don't want to talk about
it. Because she's just scared. She's all hard. But you guys, we're here to share news with you, whatever we hear allegedly or factually. All we're asking is that you all please consider wearing your mask. And we are working on some things with the administration to see what we're going on. So let's move on right quickly to some stuff in the city, what's happening in the city of Atlanta, what we know as far as the union is concerned, what we're doing with everybody. You want to start, Ebony?
We haven't had any meetings lately, so.
Yes, I have. We talked on the phone. We haven't had in-person meetings.
Yeah, no in-person meetings. It's been a minute for in-person meeting outside of the smaller, just department by department. But
right. But I did ask about the evaluations and see. So since we got the grievances now, that's up and running and training through Oracle. That's mandated. Make sure you all.
Now I got my email today.
You got it today.
I got the email. I think it was today or yesterday. I saw something. It just said something about grievances. I didn't click on it because I'm off. But it said something about the grievances, a reminder, which we never got the initial one. But still, we got something to say. Go in and do the grievance
because it's mandatory.
So that's a good thing.
Kudos to Pace for bringing that, making that happen.
Evaluations, we don't know.
We're working on that now. They're going to be setting that up again to do the same thing. Once we're going to also get a test run with the evaluations, and we still got to put our input as far as Pace's input.
But they're still doing the same evaluations, right? They're still doing evaluations. They have not just said
that's for E911.
Well,
not for everybody else, because I'm in Fleet and we ain't doing them.
So we're still.
But I was told that they are working, as in the city is working on these, and it will, once it's up and running, it's because it's going to be into if it's not Oracle, I think it may be Oracle. I think it's Oracle, that new system. They're coming up with a new system. Everything is going to be on Oracle. So it's probably going to be, they're working on it. Let's just put it
But the paperwork hasn't changed with the old mayor and information on that, right?
So that's for your area. That's just you. That's not for us. I ain't seen nothing. No, that's just the E911 doing what they do. Their own thing. Okay? So at this point, it was told to me the reason why, because y'all following the APD SOP, which
so they still doing
we still trying to figure out, well, when you gonna stop picking and choosing when you're gonna follow APD or not. But kudos for that. Speaking of APD, I did get a call from Chief Sharonbaum, and I was very surprised, and it was a very sweet situation. I appreciate him reaching out to this union. He seems to want to work with the union. And I also was told by him, he wanted me to know firsthand that Peter Amon, y'all remember Peter Amon? If y'all don't remember Peter, if you remember Peter Amon in the chat room, put it in yes. Peter Amon, if I'm not mistaken, used to be the COO or the deputy COO for under Shirley Franklin. And he came in through maybe Kasim Reed in the beginning, something like that. But I know Peter Amon was the COO for the city of Atlanta. And Peter Amon and he had a very good business sense. He was very, very professional, and he was very friendly with Pace. So I am very excited to learn that he is now the chief administrative officer for the police department, I think it is, to include overview of E911. So I am looking forward and excited. Now, we don't know how many people change over the years, but when he left out of the city, Pace and him had a great relationship, professional relationship. So I'm looking forward, because I do remember him having good business sense, common sense, which I've always said about that third eye. So I'm looking forward for our first meeting, and shout out to Chief Sarah Sherebaum for reaching out to Pace. First time in a long time. And we hope to get something
He's pretty
good.
fair. He used to work in our department with us with 911.
So hopefully we'll see some more changes for you guys for the better. Also, stand by, because I'm still being told that there is going to be a pay and class study. They have got all the contracts. They're waiting on the approval, but they've got the approval for the money. Now they're waiting on what company, I guess, or what the city is going to do.
And HR is supposed to be having a meeting with Pace in reference to the extra monies also. Remember when we went down for council for all the public safety departments?
Well, for everybody. For everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you guys at the E911 Center, we got to determine if you're going to be under APD or you're going to be under the civilian, because if you're under APD and following for discipline, you all need to be compensated as APD is compensated.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, then you need to be following civilian guidelines. That's how this union is asking. So we're still going to be having a meeting with Commissioner Norman and his HR team, and that's supposed to come sometime next week, depending on whether it's going to be in person. But I like to be in person. But with this thing going in red, would probably be Teams or Zoom. But we got to get back to where our MOU is, so we can get that signed.
Legislation for
classified, unclassified piece,
and for 911 to be classified
legislated
as
first responders. So it's not hidden, and we're going to talk about how we're going to be doing all of this stuff and moving forward. And there was one big piece that we're going to be talking about that hits everybody.
What's that?
And that's moving folks from any classified to unclassified position, or changing your job title, or doing anything to you in a personnel paper without you knowing about it. And so we're still going to be working on that. That's something that should not happen. You all should be able to be aware, sign that tag, and you agree or disagree. If you disagree, and that's the way your department is moving, we're asking for HR to assist us in helping finding you an equitable place to work. We've had a lot of people to leave, so there's a lot of positions open. We just need to get, and then one thing that I need to work on too, though, and I don't know who I need, I guess when we meet with the COO, we got to figure out a better way and a faster way to get these people hired.
Yeah.
That hiring process is ridiculous.
I wonder if certain departments can cross over and do part-time work within the department somewhere else instead of just keeping it overtime within your department. Can they cross over?
We used to. That's a good thought that Pace can sit down. If you guys out there have any suggestions, how we can move forward and move people out of places and swap them out with people that need people. Mm-hmm. Any suggestions, we're open. Email, chat us, text us, so we can don't let me and Ebony and our executive board just do all the thinking for you, because we don't work in your departments. You know what's going on in your departments. Give us some ideas, because we want to bring it forth to the DHR and all of that, streamline everything.
What do you mean when you say streamline? Because I mean, if I could work, if instead of me going out or doing overtime in my department, I could go in a different department somewhere else and do overtime.
If you're
and then you're saving money. Saving money.
Yeah.
You're paying. It'll be overtime with another department, maybe, or it'll just be part-time with that other department.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So like right now, okay. So
right now, we are short everywhere.
I'm short now. I just lost a man. His last day is tomorrow. Great worker. Going to miss him dearly. Depending on him a lot. He's moving on to Watershed, and so now I'm down 2 people. And so it's going to be hard for us to operate, because we're 5 days a week, 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Yeah. It's hard to operate. And so do we have anybody that can come over and work, that's part-time? Can we call some people back from the outside that can work part-time, right? That knows about parts or something in that, whatever we can do, Can we do that?
Yeah.
So the pay raises, the bonuses, the incentives, all of that is still longevity bonuses. All of that is still in the talks and the walks or whatever. When we have our meeting, we'll let you know. Hopefully by next week is our goal, to let you know on this podcast what we have finalized, who's going to get paid, when they're going to get paid, how they're going to be paid. Right now, we're going to do the pay and class study. What's this first week for new employees?
Nothing. We going
what?
Nothing.
Well, why you put it there?
That's nothing.
Okay, all right.
No,
Well,
because it's gonna be. We'll go over that next week.
okay, let me see what's going on.
You're not gonna know. You're not gonna know. You're not gonna know.
Oh, okay. All right.
I tried to tell her.
That's my production person, but
she don't listen at all.
Anyway, you guys, we're sorry for the technical difficulty we had. That somebody was late getting in trying to figure this stuff out and say that I don't know what I'm doing.
Who was late?
But I know when the camera's on and off. I know that.
It was the.
I know when the camera's on and off. I know when that light is on and off. But anyway, I said, Ebony, is the camera on? Yes, it's plugged up. Yeah. And after about 15 minutes, she had to cut on the switch. It went on. Okay. Anyway, as we bring today's show to an end, we anticipate that we have been a beacon of hope to some, entertaining, and have been able to shed some light on all things that's going on in the city, and that you are listening. We thank you for tuning in to Radio Connections with Pace, where it all comes together. And what do I see here? HR is good about sabotaging people when they leave and try to come back. So hiring somebody to work part-time is hard. So HR needs to be revamped.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. I'm saying while you're still working with the city, you can just still full-time with the city, go to another department to do your overtime. Kind of like our office.
Like Tamara, like if you were trained and wanted to go and work part-time at E911, that's what you wanted to do.
You can do 3 days out the week.
3 days out the week or 2 days out the week. And that,
but you still have your main job.
Right.
But also, like I said, you're keeping it all in the city. You're not hiring new people.
Or 311, somewhere that has a ongoing, but training is stringent. But once you get training, you should be certified. And then you'll be like a substitute teacher.
With anything else.
Yeah.
So.
But right now, we just need to see what Mayor Dickens is going to do about this new COVID. So we may wind up going, hopefully not. I'm being in prayer for that. We don't.
No, well, we're trying to. We're
trying anything. We're gonna ask. All they can say is no. We ask for anything. All they can say is no.
Yeah.
Oh, he said we do that now.
We do, don't we? We have one person that comes from a different department and works in our department.
Oh, really?
She does.
Okay, so they can be done. We just
I know that they do it for our department. They can come into the 911. I don't know if we can. I'm already there at the 911 part. If different departments will let us go out and come to their department. But I know we at 911 will let them come here. Come with us.
I tell you, one department that really needs some help is procurement.
Doing what?
Helping them. Y'all got to be trained on how to go on Oracle and do whatever they do, because the show getting them POs slow. No pun intended. My opinion. But that's something to think about, y'all. Okay,
maybe they need to start putting out some stuff for part-timers or something, because everybody is short.
I just need to know, if we hire somebody, we do an interview, you put an application out, you apply for that job, you get an interview. I should be able to tell you once we pick out who you are, because normally we'll pick you out right then and there after all of the interviews are over. We want this person. I should be able, within 7 days, 5 working days, send an offer letter to that person to start within that week.
It should be shortened, because right now it takes too long.
By the time we get to these people to say, "Oh, you've been hired," they done got another job.
Yeah,
that's 3-4 months down the road. Really, City of Atlanta, come on. We need a faster. Hey, why don't you bring the people on, if they're picked, on contingency? That they pass a background check.
They used to.
Bring them in, let them start working, and if they're done, they're done. If they're not good, they gotta go, because they're on a 6 months probation anyway. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You let them go anyway.
We'll see.
Just saying.
But we wanted, so next week we're gonna make sure we bring up hiring practices within the city. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that, different departments and how they do their hiring practices.
Yeah.
And when you're bringing in new people, what's the best way to bring them in? What do you want to do when you bring these new people in? How do you want to make them feel? So that's what we're going to talk about next week. That's what you was looking at. That I said it's just going to be another conversation for next week. So we'll see you guys next week.
But let me say this to you all. Seriously. Pray for Ebony and I. Always keep us in our prayer, because we do a lot. Ebony does a lot. Ebony does a lot in supporting me, to support you all a lot. And I want to commend you, all jokes aside, for putting this podcast together, for making it happen, for being there when at the last minute when I call her, for showing up at meetings with me, for being my calendar when she don't have to be. And she does a lot. And for us to get together outside of my fear, and you all know my fear of COVID. You all know my fear of what's going on in the world. And for us to do this for you every week, it's a lot. It's a lot, and we stay prayed. So keep us in prayer that we stay healthy. We all, both of us still have our own personal issues like everybody else. We have our own job issues like everybody else because we still work for the city. And we just I'm asking you, stay masked up. Pray for us, Ebony and I, that's out there, not just in our silos, in faces, in meetings, trying to keep pace going for you. Keep us in prayer every day, us and our family, so that we can continue on Tuesdays, whether we're late or not, but on Tuesdays to bring you some entertainment, the news is going on, and just a platform for you to vent, to talk, and listen. Keep us in prayer that we stay healthy too. Okay? That's all I ask. Thanks.
And we'll keep you in our prayers.
Yes, as well. So, as
This
we
has
bring
been
it
a
to the
dark
there
show,
you go.
y'all.
I think it's been a very informative show. I think we've had some fun. I think we had a lot of people chatting in. We got a lot of views that you're seeing. I think it is fun. We don't want to be too dark all the time, but we want to have fun, but we want to give the real news, whether it's good or bad. They need to know. The people need to know. That's why let's talk about it.
So tune in with us next week to Radio Connections with Pace, where it all comes together. If you guys are not a member already, we want you to go ahead and join. We have the electronic applications. They're $16 per paycheck. It's $32 a month. It's worth the spend. It's worth it. It's worth the spend. It just is. For all the totality, the whole picture that you get with Pace or being in the union, period. You get a lot of things. So, and it's just beneficial. I don't know any other way to say it. It is very beneficial for you to be a part of Pace.
And stay a part of Pace. Don't give up when you think things are not going right your way quickly. It takes time. Remember, we got all new leadership everywhere. We have to build relationships. And some people don't understand the historical way of the city and the Mooney codes of the city. And so it takes time to build those relationships. But we're here for you. So don't jump ship so quick, okay?
Yeah.
So you guys have a good week. Thank you for tuning in with Radio Connections with Pace, where it all comes together. And we'll see you next week.
See you later.
Stay
have
safe.
A good one.
Wear your mask.
Bye, Spencer.